Good afternoon. My name is Jim Conlan, and welcome to this episode of our entertainment show. As you know, in part three of our entertainment show each week, we premiere new movies or TV series that are debuting here in Ireland and the UK, and especially here in Ireland, where Irish eyes are smiling. And up for discussion this week, it's a CIA type rogue phenomenon action in terms of powerful women hitting our TV screens on channel Paramount Plus on July the 23rd, a sort of a flashback to G.I. Jane meets CIA military. The show is called Special Ops Lionesses. It features an all-star cast including Zoe Saldana and Nicole Kidman, Lisa de Oliveira, Michael Kelly, Morgan Freeman, Jill Wagner, LaMonica Garrett, and our special guest this evening, the one and only Carla Mansour. And Carla, how excited are you for Special Ops Lionesses and to be able to tell a story about a real life, true inspired story that did actually take place?
I am so beyond thrilled for it to come out. It's such a riveting story and definitely one that I would be interested in watching. I love those kinds of action thriller, adventurous types of shows. So I'm over the moon to be a part of it and also for it to come out and to see the final product.
And Carla, can you tell us about your character and the role that you play in Special Ops Lionesses?
Yes, absolutely. So to kind of give my character an intro, as the mission embarks, there's the person in hiding, the billionaire funding the terrorist organizations that's gone into hiding. The division wants to get close to his daughter, and I play his daughter's best friend. So as we dive into the mission itself and get more integrated in the life on the other end, I'm a part of the life on the other end.
Okay. And obviously it's a strong female sort of cast, and obviously Zoe Saldana and Lisa de Oliveira do an awful lot of the heavy sort of lifting in terms of the stunts and the power sequences. They're almost like the Xena warrior princess of the sort of show. And in terms of the training that they undertook in terms of getting ready for Special Ops Lionesses, I imagine it was fairly intense.
It was very intense. Personally, we don't have a whole lot of stunts on our end. We're more on the luxury side, but I personally trained for that role specifically for a few months beforehand, just to get a feel and sense of, what the tone of it and the shift of it. As far as like Liza and all of them, they've been training for months and months beforehand. And even when during our filming, it was so intense for them, like every day in and day out, we're like, oh my gosh, to endure all of that was definitely taxing, both physically and mentally. But it was fun to watch that happen and also have my own version of it.
And Carla, obviously the Hollywood icon himself, Morgan Freeman, appears in sort of this TV series. And when you were casting a role, did you already know Morgan was attached to the role? And did you get to meet him on set? And dare I say, were you quivering in your boots the first time you came across him?
I absolutely did not know when I was first cast. I only knew Nicole Kidman was attached to it. I wasn't even that aware of the rest of the cast. And as they were coming out with, the ensemble, I was like, oh my goodness, this is even bigger than I thought when I had got when I got the role at the beginning. I worked with Zoe. We have coinciding scenes, but Morgan, so we filmed in Spain, and he had left before I had gotten there, but the reputation precedes him for sure, because everybody was like, he's the nicest human being. And he had his own stops in Spain, which was lovely, and got to be close to him in that sense.
And Carla, in terms of shooting, and you mentioned they're shooting in Spain, were you out maybe towards the heartland of main Spain, away from Madrid and Barcelona? Were you in the sort of rocky terrain of Bilbao and places like that?
Yeah, no. So we were in Mallorca, which is an island. We were in Alcudia specifically in Mallorca. We filmed in multiple locations in Mallorca, but it's an island, I believe, south of Spain, and it is so insanely beautiful. We were filming sort of during off season, so there was a lot of there was a lot to see, but it wasn't as busy as it is usually in the summer, which was actually very nice because we did get to see a lot of Spain and tour around a bit when we were not filming. So that was such a lovely treat for us.
Yeah, and Carla, judging, I saw the trailer and I saw the opening sort of secret sort of casting of the first sort of episode. I almost got a feel like a Jack Ryan sort of element to this in terms of the sort of CIA sort of aspect, and it's almost feeling like that. You're almost like taking a real life sort of CIA computer game and bringing it to real life action in terms of it's fairly sort of intense. Some of the storylines you would get out of a real sort of CIA mission in terms of the detail that went into it.
Absolutely. And there's so many intense moments that I feel like as an audience member, you're going to go like, oh my God, I like it feels too real and too jarring, which serves an emotional purpose in terms of like how emotional it is, and the stakes are very, very high. And these are characters that you grow to really love, and so any danger feels heightened, but it's so exciting. It definitely has that video game feel and effect to it, which is exciting, and there's definitely a rise for that market. Yeah.
And Carla, how long did you spend in Spain from the time you arrived there in terms of shooting and sort of production? Obviously, they were there a bit before you came as well. So was it a long sort of shoot, or were you there for a short period of time?
So when we were filming in Spain, I was there for about 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks, but we were filming in Baltimore beforehand. And I was there for about a month and a half. So we filmed in multiple places, and then they filmed in Morocco. So it was a very mobile set.
Yeah, and Carla, in terms of obviously the premiere is coming our way on July the 23rd of Paramount Plus. Have you had a screening as a cast, sort of a premiere yet, and in front of the paparazzi and the public lights, and what was that like?
Yeah, well, that is coming up actually next week, which I'm so beyond excited to attend and be a part of, and see the reaction in real time, and actually get to see the cast again, because especially when you're filming overseas for a period of time, you develop so many strong bonds. So I'm mostly excited to see everybody from the cast and the crew and everybody. So I'm very excited for the premiere. It's coming up.
And obviously, there's potential for this to lead to sort of further seasons in its sort of growth and development. And in terms of your character, is there a sort of richness or a depth to her that can lead her maybe spinning off in sort of different directions in terms of her lifespan within the series?
I am very, very hopeful, especially in how it ends in the season. I'm very hopeful that there is going to be a lot of richness, and there's so much opportunity for more integration of our characters to come following the events. So I'm beyond excited, and I will see what Taylor Sheridan goes with it and where he takes it.
And Carla Mansour, now for the final 30 seconds, you might enlighten all our audience, all our listeners, why they should tune into Special Ops Lionesses on Channel Paramount Plus on July the 23rd. And Carla, what's in store for them?
What's in store for you is an exciting, riveting story that you would want to follow. You are going to fall in love with the characters, and you're going to live vicariously through them. And you're going to see a lot of things that are going to push you to the edge of your seat. So if you enjoy that kind of thing, you're in for a thrill, you are in for a fun time. And that cast you would not want to miss, because every single person is absolutely legendary, and they deliver for sure.
On that note, Carla Mansour, from me, Jim Conlan, an absolute pleasure talking to you on the airways. We wish you all the success in Special Ops Lioness. There's no many doubt more seasons to come. And Carla, on your sort of cast premiere, do touch base with Morgan, and no doubt you'll have many scenes together during your time on season 2. But for the moment, Carla Mansour, stay safe, take care, God bless.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Carla.